So there's a lot of new stuff that's been coming up on the news that I want to cover here, and various topics about Netflix, Snyderverse, and the upcoming movie of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, The Rip. So let's talk about this on One Shots, because there's a few developments that have been happening that have been covered in the trades that I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers cover, but I'm going to cover it because I think it's important to highlight these events. Welcome to One Shots, where we break down the latest breaking news, trend events, and everything pop culture. I'm your host, Sergeant Riggs. Now, I apologize for my location. I'm actually in an Airbnb right now because I have extended family staying at my place, my parents' place. So I pretty much left my spot just to accommodate family. So I'm here in an Airbnb. I have an AC right here, so at least because my AC in my office still hasn't been installed, but whatever, it is what it is. But I'm here and I want to talk about and report news. So if you're jumping in for the first time, please smash that like button, subscribe, share this video, leave your comments down below, because there are a lot of topics here that I think are very important. So let's start with the first thing. First of all, I want to highlight that Paramount has been rejected for the 8th time.
You serious?
8 times. How desperate do you have to be to get rejected 8 times? It's like when you go to a club or a bar and you talk to a girl and she says no for the first time. Okay, cool, move on. But you go for a second, third, fourth, or 8th time and you still don't get it, then you got a problem.
Begged. Like a dog.
Now, there's a lot of conspiracies going on that maybe this is intentional for Paramount so they can try to up the Ellison's value or some shit like that. I don't know, dude, but this is getting ridiculous. Like, Netflix is the better buyer. Warner Brothers has already stated this publicly, that Paramount's offer is not strong. It's too risky because, again, the debt. Paramount would own the debt. So the debt that Warner Brothers has would not be paid off.
Did you know that?
And we'd be back at the same shit that we've been dealing with already with WBD in another 5 years. So stop. Please stop. All right? If Netflix is telling you guys that Warner Brothers is not interested in Paramount because Netflix is the better buyer, then just take the fucking L.
You lose!
You're not liquid enough. And don't tell me, oh, we've got money from the Saudis. No, you don't have the money, period. They might get they're not going to get the Warner Brothers and the streaming, but they might get the other thing when the company splits now in April. That's when the Warner Brothers split happens. They might get that, the CNN part, the TV networks, because at the end of the day, like my partner, Sergeant Murtaugh, already said, it's all about narrative control, politics, CNN.
We're going to get bloody on this one, Roger.
We've said this before. CNN is a global network entity. You own CNN, you control the narrative. Especially now with all the shit that's been going on in Venezuela. But again, we're not going to talk about politics here. That's the only thing I want to say on the matter. Moving on. Another picture from Zack Snyder has been released also of Henry Cavill as Clark Kent. This is from Man of Steel. This is the part where when Henry was working at a bar. Well, actually, it was I don't think he was a waiter, but maybe he was a busser, like bussing tables or whatever. But neither here nor there. Don't matter. Bottom line is, I love this picture because it pretty much shows how humble Clark Kent is. Because, yeah, he's got superpowers. He can destroy us all. And yet, he chooses to live a modest life because he's trying to keep a low profile. And, well, we know how that scene ended because the guy in the bar try to pick a fight. And we know that he would not stand a chance against Clark Kent. But also Clark Kent, he wants to react, but he can't. So what does he do? This. The hype keeps coming and coming and coming. Zack he keeps throwing gasoline into the fire, and I love it because a lot of guys do not want to accept that the Snyderverse is coming back with a fucking vengeance.
Yo, you about done? Tick-tock, motherfucker. He's fucking unkillable.
I also want to highlight this thing, and I want to give a shout out to my friend Skywalker the Jedi because he shared this on his video the other day, and I saw it, that the ad that Netflix did pretty much announcing, hey, we're going to pick up Warner Brothers, more content, this and that, blah, 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 and the value. And what does it show right there?
I just think it's funny. Let's check this out. More stories for fans, more opportunities for the industry, more value for the oh my. Now what is that? What is that, bro?
Now, if Netflix is doing that and they chose specifically that picture of the Snyder Cut to promote value to investors, it's because Netflix knows, and mind you, they've seen the numbers, because on these type of deals, Warner Brothers has to disclose everything. So I would not be surprised that they've already seen the real streaming numbers for the Snyder Cut. And remember, when the Snyder Cut was announced and the momentum was getting closer and closer and closer, and you saw that stock go up and up and up and up and up and up and up.
All right. Easy money.
Netflix is data-driven. They know and they see that the value is there. And now what do? They are letting investors know that, listen, there is value right here. Shout out to Skywalker for highlighting that, because we've been ringing the bell for years. Sell Snyderverse to Netflix. Sell ZSJL to Netflix. And we're getting close. We're getting very, very close. So it's happening, guys.
And all will know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it.
Now, I've noticed that there's a lot of drip fees happening lately. Obviously, we have what I just highlighted here with Skywalker, with the ad for Netflix when it comes to the value of investors. Zack also keeps posting and hyping us up with his DC, not just his DC, but also with his entire filmography, because Netflix knows who they have in their studio. Because a lot of you guys still think that Zack Snyder is hated, that he's niched, he's that. Netflix is global. Zack Snyder's fandom is global. While the other guy who's running DC, not so much. Local. Stay in the US. That's it. Snyder, global. So they know what they have.
So I'm not exactly feeling a reason for us to try throwing lead at each other. I care about my people. I don't want to just march them into the line of fire because I want to play my dick is bigger than yours.
Now, if a lot of you guys don't want to accept it, that's fine. You can't fight facts. But you can stay in denial all you want, but Netflix knows what they have. Now, going back to my theory with the drip fees, I've also noticed that Kevin Smith has been, around Artist Equity a lot lately.
Would you like some hummus from us?
Do it!
Hi. Let me try the hummus.
And we all know that Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith, they're very close friends. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were also roommates a while back also while they were starting up. I could be wrong, but Correct me if I'm wrong, please. And this is where it caught my eye first. So first we get a video of Kevin Smith on his IG at Artists Equity with Ben Affleck. And what does Kevin Smith put on the background? Affleck music. Now you guys might be saying, "Oh, but Kevin Smith is he's a nerd and he's hyping up." Yeah, he's a nerd, just like me, just like all of us. But here's one thing that also Kevin Smith has also done lately. He displayed another suit, and not the BVS suit, which we already knew that Ben Affleck had from his time doing BVS Dawn of Justice. He also has the suit from The Flash.
So this is the Artist Equity, the hallway outside of Artist Equity, Ben and Matt's company, and I just want to show you something really adorable in it. So here you've got Batman, and then over here you've got the Martian. Like their outfits stand across from one another. Come on, isn't that fucking adorable? Bromance.
And this is what I love, is when we get evidence like this, confirmation, mind you, it just shuts the whole fucking narrative right away that Ben Affleck is tired of being Batman. He hates being Batman. He's disgusted with the character. He was miserable, blah, 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 blah. And why the fuck does he have the suits?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Huh? Think, McFly, think.
2 fucking suits in his Artist Equity office. And you say Ben Affleck doesn't love Batman. But okay, fine. Again, denial. If all you guys want to still be in denial, okay. While we, on the other hand, the real fans that see these things, we're celebrating this. Because, yeah, I don't need Ben Affleck to be coming out all the time and saying, "Oh, yes, I love this, I love it." No, I don't need that. But if I get people like Kevin Smith saying, "Hey, you know what? This and that, and boom," that's all I need. Mind you, also, Ben Affleck now is circling around the media because, yeah, he's promoting his new movie with Netflix, The Rip, with Matt Damon. So you're going to see him talking a lot. But he doesn't talk about Batman. He's talking about, obviously, his current projects. And we're going to talk about The Rip just in a second. But let me just finish this point here. We have a theory that since Ben Affleck is a very private person, Ben is a very smart businessman. He does not over speak. He only talks when he has to. If you ask him a question like this one,
back as Batman.
Hey, anything's possible. Okay.
Thank you.
Exactly. I have a feeling that Kevin Smith is trying to speak to us, the fans, on behalf of Ben Affleck about Batman, teasing us slowly but surely. Because where is Ben Affleck right now? On Netflix. And what is Netflix trying to do right now? Buy WBD. And what does Netflix want to also do?
And they using the Snyderverse to talk about value for investment. I will throw this at the screen right now, bro.
So conversations most likely are already happening. Nothing concrete yet because the deal has to get closed. But if they're already hyping this up with teasers like this here and there, then definitely something's up. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, totally up to you. You're entitled to your opinion.
It is inevitable.
Again, businessman. He speaks when he has to speak. He'll answer questions when they are asked. Less is more. Remember that, guys. The less you talk, the better. Actions speak louder than words.
Make sense?
And the last topic that I want to cover, and this is the one that actually caught my eye a lot, and that's why I wanted to do this video. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon pushed Netflix to offer performance-based bonuses to the RIP crew. The move is a departure from the streaming services business model of only paying fees up front.
Interesting.
Why do I love this headline? It's because Ben and Matt are fighting for the industry. The industry has changed ever since streaming, ever since quality has gone down, and the strikes with the Writers Guild, the Actors Guild, the whole shebang. Everything has changed. So them doing this is pretty much showing Hollywood, you guys need to step up, because it's not just the director and the actors, the screenwriter. No, it's people behind the scenes also. The director of photography, the guy holding the freaking mic, the light guy, the stunt guy, the makeup guy, the everything.
Now we up in the big leagues.
Everyone should get a piece of the pie. Now, let me continue with this article because I read this and this was fascinating. I loved it. So let's continue with this. For Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's upcoming Netflix movie, The Rip, the filmmakers pushed the streamer to strike a deal that would reward their crew with bonuses if the film performs well. The agreement was made through Affleck and Damon's artist equity. And it's a departure to how Netflix structures compensation. Unlike traditional studios, which often combine upfront salaries with back-end participation to some players in a film or series succeeds, Netflix typically pays cast and crew upfront fee determined in advance. We wanted to institute fairness and address some of the real issues that are present and urgent for our business, Affleck told the New York Times. This deal is fundamental, philosophically, to the ideas we had in starting this company. Under the deal, The Rip, a movie that follows a pair of Miami cops that find hidden money, all 1,200 people involved in the nearly $100 million production will be eligible for a one-time bonus if the film meets performance expectations. Meets expectations.
Show me the money.
The movie will be evaluated over its first 90 days on Netflix and measured against other titles on the platform, with the idea that there's a potential for an additional payout to the crew, according to the New York Times. Everybody who's in this movie, from top to bottom or worked on the crew, will be bonus according to metrics which we've already defined and they have shared with us, Affleck said, though he did not specify what those metrics were. Affleck and Damon launched artist equity in late 2022, with the company sharing profits with all who work on their movies. On The Rip, Affleck credited Netflix co-chief executive Ted Sarandos for supporting artist equity's approach. Ted Sarandos supports this. And everybody's giving shit to Ted Sarandos, this and that, though. He said the movie theater's dead, that this and that, it has to evolve, blah, blah, blah. Ted Sarandos is a very smart fucking guy. So let me continue this. I thought this is clearly somebody who cares about this business, wants it to work, is doing very well, and understands the value of filmmakers and performers and artists, he said. One intriguing side note to the deal is the financial backing behind artist equity. The company is financed by Gary Cardinal and his Redbird Capital Partners, which has committed more than $100 million to the production venture. But Cardinal and Redbird also engaged in a fierce battle with Netflix over another prize, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Who friggin' who?
Netflix has signed a deal to acquire Warner Brothers for $82.7 billion, which we already knew that, with the ambition of bringing the fabled studio into its fold. But the deal with Netflix came after WBD spurned David Ellison's Paramount, which has been pushing a merger since the late summer.
Save your money for a pair of elevator shoes. I know now you don't. Oh, my doggy!
I'm not going to continue with the rest because it's all the rest talks about Paramount, and I have no interest in talking about Paramount anymore. What I want to talk about the deal that Affleck and Damon did with Netflix, which I salute. I love that deal. Everybody who works in Hollywood, in front and behind the camera, should get paid. Art should be respected, should be valued, and should be compensated at all levels. So, guys, when the rip comes up, I think it's next week. Yeah, I think it's coming out this coming week. You guys turn on your Netflix and you stream the shit out of that movie.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Just like we've done with all the movies of Zack Snyder's filmography, the DC, all of Zack Snyder's DC movies, that when they came to Netflix, and we organized and we said we're going to stream, we're going to do watch-alongs, Man of Steel, BVS, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, even fucking Justice League.
Heresy.
And yes, I had to see that on Netflix because I wanted to up those numbers, even though it was painful, but I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to get that shit fucking restored in Netflix. So guys, the rip is about to come out, and you guys, you better show Ben Affleck the same fucking type of love that we've been showing Zack Snyder. Because remember, Ben is also on Netflix now. Zack is still in Netflix as well. And when this deal closes and we get Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 and 3 and the Affleck movie, you think they're not going to try to renegotiate all this so the crew can get their bonuses as well?
He's out of line, but he's right.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Because quality matters. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. But quality needs to be compensated because, let's face it, none of us work for free. And if our work excels, we all should be compensated.
America's not a country. It's just a business. Now fucking pay me.
So guys, what are your thoughts on this video? Please like, share, and subscribe. Share your comments down below. Do you guys love this deal that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon struck with Netflix? Talk to me about Kevin Smith. Do you think he's trying to tease us slowly but sure that maybe Ben is coming back with a vengeance? Paramount, 8th time. Come on. Share your comments down below, and I'll see you next time on One Shots.